Big Ticket Morning Show on V103, the ATL's number one for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Queen Shamia Walton.
Hey, best friends.
In the building, Tameka Foster. Good morning, sis.
Who thought of morning shows? That's what I want to know. Why are we up this early?
I mean,
people get up this early.
With our voices like,
I'm just trying to get a check.
Because people get up, they have to go to real jobs.
There you go.
And they need some upliftment on their way to work.
Everybody's not a celebrity stylist.
And
everybody can't do that.
Everybody can't be backstage with Patti LaBelle.
I mean, exactly.
I just saw Tameka at the BET Awards.
Wait, did you start her when she did Tina Turner?
Why you bringing up old?
I'm just saying because maybe it was the clothes that distracted her a little bit.
No, it was not. It was not. But I will say that what distracted her was Tig.
What you mean?
Tell us what happened.
When I say right before she stepped on the stage, that was the one. You are the weakest link, sir.
It's my fault.
He did something to her.
Wait, all I did was talk to her about it and say
thank
hi.
you for telling me. I knew it had to be something. So Tig was back there flirting with Miss Patti.
It's very possible.
No,
she looked hot too. She was hot.
I don't know. Baby,
they took a picture. Everything.
Pull a picture. So you got receipts.
By the way, it was not a good
receipts.
picture. Who took that picture?
Tigger, let me find out you the reason why she messed up them words.
I did.
Let me.
It is not my fault.
Out. It is your fault that Miss Patti did not know
Mama
the words.
Tigger, I don't know what happened to Mama Tigger that
Mama
day.
Tigger.
Tameka, tell me about this memoir. Here I stand in a beautiful state.
So I wrote a book about my life. Though I didn't feel like I was old enough to really do a memoir, so to speak, but I have been through a lot of stuff to hell and back, right? So
you have.
But I speak about like just how I grew up in Oakland. I'm from Oakland, California. What that was like growing up in a town where it was Black Power and Black Panthers and certain amount of strength that comes with just even growing up in Oakland. And then how I got into fashion and how I, met my first husband and dating and what my life was when I moved to LA and I was trying to get into fashion. I explained that, kind of a roadmap for, budding fashion stylists and designers.
Okay.
Then I go into my marriages, my divorces. And I also talk about my son Kyle, losing him.
Oh, man.
Losing my mom. But I also I've learned through all of these things is how to remain in a beautiful state.
Wow.
So I try to stay up as much as I can.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I really do. And hopefully it'll help others to do the same.
What's one of the things that you can, we want people to go buy the book, Here I Stand in a Beautiful State. What something that you use to help stay up?
Travel. Travel has been and also I tell you, travel is obvious. Like, going to different cultures. When you go visit, like especially if you go abroad and you see how different cultures are living.
What they don't have.
And what they're appreciative of.
Yes.
And also how their mindsets are around death.
Right.
Like some cultures, that's a week-long party. A death is almost like a promotion, and they celebrate it.
Right.
So that helped me to be like, wow, that's a different perspective. Seeing another person's perspective definitely helped me to cope with the stuff I've been through.
Right.
I mean, you are incredible. Like, I met you back in the day. She styled me for one of my first gigs. I was in a group called Co-Ed. And we were in the Bahamas.
You didn't forget the words. It ain't got nothing to do with it. That's you.
No, there you go. Don't put your drum off over here. And I remember being like, these clothes are so beautiful. Can I keep it? She was looking like, she's like, we can sneak it out of the lady. She looked out for me. Didn't even know who I was.
I have to tell you something very crazy. I did not even put that together until now. We never talked about this.
We never talked about this. So I was in the group. We were in the Bahamas. Because let me tell you why. Because let me tell you why. When the album released, they had taken my photo out of my, taking my face, my eyes, nose, and my mouth out of the picture and morphed somebody else into it. So it was still my hairline, my ears, my body, my clothes, everything that Tameka styled.
Oh, wow.
But somebody else's face in it. So
that's
another whole story.
That's another episode.
But I appreciate you. You were so sweet. She made me feel so beautiful during that shoot. And she never even knew it was me. Then fast forward, I meet you through my ex, which is now your ex. And again.
And we went to the racetrack.
Wait,
yes.
the same ex?
No.
So at the time, my ex was his financial.
Got it.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. I was like,
Yes.
Her wedding. I was at her wedding.
Matter of fact, her ex-mother-in-law, Janetta Patton, actually planned my first wedding.
Sure did.
Oh, wow.
Back in the day. So we have so much history. Listen,
really have
I was coming on my period, Tameka, remember, and you told me, she gave me this tip, and she was like, ladies, this is what you can do. She said, do you remember what you told me?
I don't know. I'm scared. What did I say? Knowing me?
It was amazing. Anyway, my period went bye-bye, and I had the best. Yeah, my menstrual cycle went bye-bye.
Before your wedding.
Yes.
Oh, I did tell her something. I don't remember the tip because I forgot.
Anyway, she hooked it up, y'all. Had a hell of a honeymoon and an amazing wedding. So thank you, sis.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is more of a reason why you need to get this book because she stay dropping gems. And if you gave me them quick little gems you gave me, she gonna definitely give you some gems in this book.
You get a
Oh,
book.
thank you. I'm talking to Tameka Foster this morning right here with the Big Ticket Morning Show. More recently, it's come out that you filed a petition to drain Lake Lanier. And in that petition was something about Confederacy, which I was curious about.
Let me tell you something. If you want to wake up and shake up and cause an Instagram insurrection, file a petition regarding that lake. I have not gotten more threats and
What?
Why?
Oh, they mad. They big
About
mad.
draining the lake?
You know what's amazing? Okay, here's the thing. Just like media, you have to do things that are a bit provocative to get the attention of people. Because had I filed a petition that said, come on, everyone, let's clean Lake Lanier.
Nobody paid attention.
I would have gotten 3 signatures and a dismissal.
No traction, no nothing.
No one cared because that sounds like clean up a park or something really. Like, hey, everyone, let's join hands and let's
Sing Kumbaya.
Yeah, so they don't pay attention. So I had to make it provocative. I had to say, let's drain Lake Lanier. I had to be really poignant and like hit it on the head because at the end of the day, they've had 700 deaths. I can't even count how many more injuries and, near deaths. People have lost leg and limb out there, and it's just they need to set up better regulations. There's a lot of things that need to happen. So when I say drain it, I really think they need to clean it because we know at the bottom of it
the whole city
is a whole city. Well, you got to think, Oscarville, I've done research. Like I'm like a Lake Lanier professional aficionado at this point. I'm like, Lord. But at the bottom of the lake is, yes, Oscarville. And then you have other small towns that were under there because it's 26 miles. Wow. So that's huge.
Right.
So Oscarville wasn't that big, obviously. But I didn't believe that people would be upset about it because it's an improvement. I'm not saying dry it out and let's build a skating rink.
Right.
I didn't say we need our best Dee Dee's Dollhouse hair salon. Right? They act like I wanted to clear the lake and put something frivolous up there. I'm saying let's improve the lake. Let's improve the conditions.
Like you said, make it safer.
Make it safer for even them. The ones that live along the lake who are mad at me right now are like, don't touch it. And then I said, there's a church and a steeple underneath the water. One of the people said, well, we like to dive in it and we like to research it for young divers. I'm like, dude, that thing is sucking people under. Like, it's not safe because...
Okay, I'm a scuba diver. Okay. I am not scuba diving in Lake Lanier.
Absolutely. I hope you don't.
Like, even know how far you can see or what, it's not the clearest water, so I don't know why you would want to go.
It's quite.
And I've heard mixed things. A lot of people like us are like, yes, definitely drain it, clean it, make it safer. But then you also have those people that are like, what's draining the lake gonna do? What do you plan to take? And then there are also some meaner people that are like, Lake Lanier didn't hurt your son.
No, absolutely. I've gotten. Lake, you were reckless and you were careless.
Exactly.
I'd like to first state for the record, I was not there. I was not there. I was not near there. No, I wasn't in. I wasn't.
So tell me what happened. Like what? I want your account of what happened with Cal.
On July 6th, 2012, I was actually in Anguilla because I had just attended Evelyn and Chad's wedding.
Okay.
And my friend was a wedding planner, same person who did my wedding was a planner, and it was a good time. And so the next day I went over to Anguilla because that's across from St. Martin. And my ex-husband called me and said, hey, you need to get back to Atlanta. It's, 911, you need to get back. They said, Kyle has a little cut. And I was like, well, you have never called me when he's fallen off of anything before. This must be more than a little cut. So once I called my sister about it, she's like, it's on the news. Because I guess, when they do breaking news, it like stops all your programming. So I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, come home. I started screaming and running.
No one would tell you before you got home.
They wouldn't tell me the severity.
Details, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't tell me how bad it was. But it came together quickly. So by the time I got on I had to find a plane to get home because there's like very few flights going out of Anguilla.
Right, for sure.
So we had to charter a plane. I had to call my other ex-husband. Give me a plane.
It happens.
The first ex-husband, the other ex-husband, I don't know. Anyway, but luckily they were men in position to help me do these things. But anyway, so they got me home quickly, and my son was in ICU and unconscious. So he was on life support for 2 weeks. I held a bedside vigil. You're talking about praying and fasting and not leaving the hospital. But we had so much support. The whole city came out. I mean, they had to clear a whole floor for our visiting section. It was
Jesus.
Yes. Frank Ski's was open at the time. They were delivering food, and they just fed our guests. I was fasting, so I didn't eat a thing. And we prayed and waited. And finally, there was a person that came in and said, he was a minister, and he said, you have to tell your son that you're giving him permission to make a decision what he's going to do. And I was like, what? Tell him it's okay if he decides to cross over. Can you imagine how hard it was?
I can't imagine. I
didn't tell him that for an entire week. I just was looking at him every day like, I'm supposed to tell you something, but
I don't want to tell you because you're not ready. Yeah,
I'm not ready.
Because your decision is to keep him with you as a mom.
But the blessing for me, I would say if there's any silver lining, and there really isn't, but if I could find one, is that the 2 weeks that he remained alive, it gave me time to process. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes.
So every morning
it wasn't as sudden.
Yeah, it wasn't just like, boom, he's gone and just funeral. I was able to, I spent so much concentrated time with him, like reading to him and singing to him and dancing. China Ann McClain made videos. I mean, she's so cute. She was his favorite.
Right.
And she was singing, Kyle, wake up, Kyle. Like, China Ann McClain is a sweetie pie. She was singing. She sang on this. I still have the recordings of it. She sang. But yeah, so we had everybody come and visit. I mean, I had acupuncturists. I called in anybody, like, brain specialist, surgeon.
To try to save your son. Absolutely.
Save my son. So I hated the report of that we pulled the plug. A lot of media kind of misquoted what happened or whatever. I would have been sitting in the hospital till today if I had that option.
Wow.
So Tameka, all of this that has transpired in your life, and here you stand in a beautiful state. Your book is out. What is your best wish for people to take away after reading this?
That you can make it.
Oh.
That you can make it. And also, I want to encourage people not to major in the minors.
Say it again.
I want to encourage people not to major in the minors because oftentimes we are so focused on what people do to us. Like, she did this, he did that, he said that. Think about why they do it. I'm more focused on why. Hurt people hurt people.
Absolutely.
They really do.
So, Tameka, I mean, when I did the story in my Tia last week, we were talking about the incident that happened, July 6th or whatever, with your son. Mm-hmm. But it also said that you had a family member that was arrested and charged with the incident. Is that inaccurate?
Totally. He was definitely not my family. No, absolutely. He was actually one of my son's teammates' fathers. So it was a big group of them out at the lake. So I wasn't there. Like I said, it was my ex-husband and his friends, and it was a group with them. Totally far removed from me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's not.
Have you spoken to him?
The man?
Yes.
Child, no. I I've forgiven him, though. Mm-hmm. I have forgiven him because it was definitely a mistake. I know that he loved my son. It's impossible not to have loved him. He went to jail. He was sentenced to 4 years. He was only given 2 for some odd reason, 2 or 2.5. But it was a mistake, and putting him in jail or taking him away from his family doesn't help the situation. At this point, I'm in solution mode. What do we do at this lake so that the next person doesn't have to go through what I've gone through? And it's just the lake has a lot of faulties. They have area frailties, I should say. They have sinkholes in certain areas. Like I said, there's a city underneath. There's a church with a steeple underneath that you can swim into. Are you a good diver? You can go into the lake and
I'm good. I don't.
There are full-grown trees. So I imagine they cleared the trees at the time of building the dam and all that. But the trees, the roots are in there. So they've grown up. So you've got, 100-foot Douglas firs in the middle of the lake. How are you going to swim and not get entangled?
Jesus.
So a lot of people have reached out to me that have lost loved ones. I'd like to send a shout out to Tara Prince. She lost 2 boys on the same day, 2 weeks before Kyle.
Jeez.
Now, so she's really my strength because I look at how do you even function with 2 children? Can you imagine at the same time?
So you have a call to action.
Call to action. I want everyone, please, to sign the petition. Go to change.org. Look up Drain Lake Lanier. No, we don't want to drain it dry. No, we don't want to get rid of Atlanta's power and water source. But we do want to make it better. If this is the water we're drinking, I'm scared of that too. That's our water. You taking a shower.
Well, I hope that water don't hit my house.
That water hitting your body. When you take a shower, you got Daniel's ashes on you. I don't know what's going on in that lake. No, seriously, I don't. I'm sure they purified. I'm joking, but in all seriousness, they just need to clean it. They need to make it a more safe environment. They need to put markers in the areas that are very deep or dangerous. I want them to do something to memorialize Kyle because his mother is making the noise and shaking the tables about it. I'm serious about some changes happening. It probably won't be everything that I want, but I hope I get somewhere.
Amen.
You will.
Brand new
You're
book,
already getting somewhere.
Here I Stand in a Beautiful State. Brand new from Tameka Foster. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you and love you.
I know we love you guys. I love you.
You still
guys.
owe me a better picture of me and Patti.
That picture was the weakest link to the singing and the whole lyric.
Exactly. And you know what you still owe me?
The lyric forgottle.
You owe me my fatigue jacket with the patches, baby.
You owe me an order.
Oh,
And
you owe me
an invoice.
And Will,
How about that?
She done forgot. She told me at the game, "Oh, I got you. No, I'm just sending you the request or whatever." You ain't sent the Cash App request at all. Ooh. I said, "Cause I don't got time to go on the link and then we still do all that."
She said, "We still do all that." Yeah. Okay, all right.
Just go on get it. I'm gonna
Yeah, that's true. I do. Yeah,
you did say that.
That's true. Facts. I did. Okay. I gotta do it the hood way, but I'll make sure she gets her
I'm
jacket.
still hood.
Meet me at the beauty shop. I'll drop it off.
There it is.
Dee Dee's dollhouse.
Good to see you. Here I Stand in a Beautiful State. Available now from Tameka Foster Raymond.
Did my book get autographed? Let me see.
I did not.
No.
Need a Sharpie. I will.
There it is.
I love you guys. Thank you for having me.
We love you. Thanks for coming, Tameka.
Thank you for having me.